Hey, Carlie and Carlos. This is Tommy Boyd. I am one of the students who is working on your program for your paraclimbing. I just wanted to make a quick video that would kind of highlight how we may be breaking down the program. So you should be receiving at some point either this um, Excel booklet itself or a shared Google Sheets account. I would suggest downloading the Google Sheet that is sent out to you, so that way you have it as an Excel book like you're seeing on this screen. So all that being said, we're going to dive into this book and we're going to take a look at what everything kind of means and the individual tabs that go along with it. So I won't take up too much of your time. It's pretty quick to explain, pretty easy to understand and follow. If you do have any questions, you can reach out to any one of us and we can do our best to help you. So the beginning we see here is going to be our roster page. So all you see is just a roster. It's got both your names in it. This is a page that really doesn't serve a purpose aside from more so personalizing your program, which we'll see once we get to the phases down here. Next one, we have a card that explains how to read the card slash tempos. You can go ahead and look at the instructions for that. So you're going to see your exercise, you're going to see tempos, and then you're going to see your reps and your sets and whatnot, and as well as the weight where you can fill in. So anything blank, you can fill in whatever the weight or the resistance you're using that time. So it's important to be mindful of every aspect of this because that exercise and the speed of the exercise and the amount of work we're putting in is all going to be changing, and it's important to change with them and to adhere to the guidelines to get the best adaptations possible. We have an RPE chart, our rate of perceived exertion. You're familiar with that from when you came in to work with us that one night. Just kind of a refresher, so that way you can kind of be monitoring that RPE throughout the entire program. So now we're getting more into what you probably came here to see. So this is our lifting card or our program card. You'll notice that there's 4 phases on the bottom here. Each phase contains 4 weeks within it. So you're going to be looking at here 16 weeks worth of material in terms of exercise programming. So within each week, you're going to see 3 days. So you see day 1 right here, day 2 and day 3. And then you see week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So each one of these is to perform 1 day per week. I would suggest doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday split, or whatever it looks like in terms of your schedule. Do your best to try and get a full day's rest in between each strength training phase. You can do other things during that day of rest to get some active recovery. You can even do your own training in regards to the paraclimbing. But each one of these days, you should have a full day's rest between before you do the next resistance training day. So all that being said, we explained what the tempos were in this previous tab. We see the sets and reps for each one of these as well. You notice that we're progressing. The progression can be made through the amount of sets we're doing, the amount of reps we're doing. So you notice we go 6, 5, 4 on our push-ups for week 1. Then we go 7, 8, or 6, 5, 8, 7, 6. So we're doing more reps to get more work. So the volume is going to increase. Now that may seem low in terms of the push-ups, but you are going to be doing a slower tempo. So for each rep here, you're going to be going 5 seconds down, really slow. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to hold for 1 at the bottom, then you're going to push yourself up. So there's a lot of time under tension. So mind those tempos. Other than that, you're going to see up here, there's going to be something that says roster. You can click on it like I just did here. There's an arrow at the right hand side of it on the top right side. You click that, and this is where you can make it personally. That's where that first tab comes into play. You can make it to, if you're Carlie, obviously you can make it to Carlie's workout card. If you're Carlos, you can make it to Carlos's workout card. So those are going to be where that roster tab, that's going to be where that roster tab comes back into play. So Carlie and Carlos. Some other things to touch on these cards is each one of these exercises has a video hooked up to it. So if I'm looking at my eccentric push-ups, I'll just click the name of the exercise, and that'll bring us to a separate YouTube page as you see here. So this is our eccentric push-up. So notice how slow he's going down, and then you're coming up. So we're working on those tempos and really emphasizing them. So each exercise has a video linked up to it. You have 2 days of heavy resistance training style workouts, and then on your third day here is going to be more of a cardio aerobic training through a HIIT style workout. So you see things like battle ropes, various movements of the battle ropes, med ball work, and so on. So that's going to be your day 3. The same kind of a theme applies to all of these. You're going to always have that drop down to put your name in. You're going to always have those different movements throughout the weeks, the different progressions as well, and you'll have a motivational quote at the bottom to go with that. So that's going to be our card. The last one is just, if you're curious, we have a progression sheet. The progression sheet is basically just taking what you saw on the cards and just how we kind of organized it. So if you're interested in that, you can kind of see our progressions as to something in its simplest form to a more complex or advanced form of the movement. It can be in terms of the tempo, the reps, the sets, the weight, or the movement itself. The movement might be more challenging. So once again, please reach out to us if you have any questions, and we will be sure to be in touch. Yeah, hope this works out.